And hello, everyone. It's Tom. It's FANzine Live, and we are here to take a look at a new release. I tend to try to avoid to do mass-produced works, but this is the recreation of a zine. And it was considered so impressive that it got itself hardcover treatment from Union Square and Company. And it's called The Puerto Rican War, A Graphic History by John Vasquez Mejias. I hope I got that right. And it says here on the back, a true story lost to history. In 1950, the Puerto Rican independence movement, long held in check by repressive laws and policies, burst ferociously onto the international stage. A series of armed insurrections planned by Nationalist Party leaders like Pedro Albizu Campos and Blanca Canales rose up across the island and were just as suddenly and violently put down by U.S.-backed forces. And on the streets of Washington, D.C., two men armed with Lugers followed the movements of President Harry S. Truman, intent on assassination. This is a true story, told entirely, now this is the interesting part artistically, and this is really why I'm showing it to you, told entirely in starkly beautiful, hand-carved woodblock illustrations. Artist John Vasquez Mejias recast this tragic and riveting true story as a fable of violence, passion, regret, and hope for the future. This deluxe edition of the original comic, which resides in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, Thomas J. Watson Library's permanent collection, features lushly printed comic and a host of extras featuring in-depth interview with the artist and informative timeline that casts this overlooked moment as a touchstone of Puerto Rican heritage and history. Yeah. So, this book, which is available for only $20, this book is entirely hand-carved. And they even went as far, and I don't think I'll be able to adequately portray it, but there's a slight raise in the texture on the cover where they pressed in the whites so that you can get a sense of the raised and lowered woodcut feeling. But yeah, every single thing here is hand carved. Just amazing. So, the thing I also wanted to share was, if you look, every single little X on this page has been done. The story of Puerto Rican revolutionaries in 1950, told with woodcut. It just blows me away. So in this introduction, I did want to show you this. Much like carving a block of wood, the creation of this book was for me a long and exacting process. I would teach kids art during the day, come home, eat noodles, and then get to work. I did this for about 10 years, and then I printed it. The self-published edition of the Puerto Rican War came out in 2020, a 96-page comic printed on newsprint. So this really was a zine. To my surprise, it sold, and with the help of a grant, I was able to make a second printing. And so now it goes on from there. So this really was a zine. And he did this whole darned thing. Facial features, words, outlines around the page. Just mind-blowing. And this is a wonderful recreation. This is a photograph of the page. So you can see the etches where there's large white spaces. I'm not going to read too much of this to you. I really encourage you to pick it up or maybe try to find it through the library. Again, it's called The Puerto Rican War, A Graphic History. Get a copy of this. Look at it for yourself. But you can see he did landscapes. He did establishing shots. He did pictures of people. He did reverse views. He did silhouettes. It's just crazy what this man did, and it took him so long. We've got an action shot. Car blasting through the tunnel, guys coming out, guns blazing, firefight. The whole shooting match. It's all here. Neat representation of Puerto Rico. Chapter pages. The whole thing. Wildlife. The pastoral scene of Puerto Rico. Just gorgeous. So what I was going to do, though, back toward the end, there was a brief interlude, and I thought, yeah, here it is. I thought we would just do the interlude so you could take a look. And you can see, thank God my camera's good, you can see the etchings right there. It says, if you want a good mango, you should climb to the top of the tree. Or at least if you want the ones that the ants have not claimed. Plus, hey, you get to climb a tree. And there's a little boy looking at the tree. In Puerto Rico, a kid can take this holy task. Promise, Grandma, you will bring the best one for everybody, excuse me. You can see the smell of the wet clay and the blue ocean. The boy's climbing the tree. He's climbing some more. You can see his arms, his hands, his head. He's climbing up the branches, through the leaves, the swell of the day's heat resting like a dreaming behemoth. Oh, excuse me, the sounds of the frog seducing the night, and then the other. And then he says, but back to the task, the mangoes. And you can see the little boy's climbing. Wonderful progression. He's found his mango, the fruit that rewards patience and love. They are just more of the island's children. He's got the little boy here. Takes a moment to enjoy the sunlight. Beautiful. Everything is individual, better than nostalgia. And that's the end of the interlude. Lord, this is beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. Puerto Rican War, John Vasquez, Mejias. Can't recommend it highly enough. Get yourself your hands on a copy. This is neat. That's it. I thank you for watching, and definitely take a look. Have a good one, everyone.